Right, I think we're actually live. We live? Anyone there? Can sort of see the screen a bit. Oh, for goodness sake.
Hey.
Wait, what?
You're on.
Oh, I'm on, am I?
Yeah. Morning, Yvonne.
Yvonne.
Watching.
Let me come up there. Hello. Oh, hi, Yvonne. How are you? I'm stressed. Nothing's been going right today. How are you doing anyway? You okay? Oh, hi, Sarah. How are you? Welcome to my living room. Now, if I smile, I get wrinkles, so I don't want to smile. Hi, Lee. Morning, Kaylee. I'm a bit stressed this morning. Facebook Live didn't want to work. Don't ask me why. Don't know if it's our internet connection or what. It doesn't show me how many viewers I've got either. Does it say on your phone, Ian? Yeah, it doesn't come up on the screen. I've got it on the television as well, the latest technology, although you might not be able to see it very well. Because I'm using it on my iPad and then sticking it on the television as well, so hopefully you might be able to see it a bit better on there. Right, so calm down. No, that's not vodka, it's water, just in case anyone wanted to know. It's a bit too early for vodka. So this is the Cricut Joy. As you can see, it's a really compact little machine. Decent weight to it, but not too heavy. You know, I'm not the strongest of people and I can hold it in one hand. Cute or what? Where are we? So that's where the blade goes. And then this just folds down and then your mediums slot into the bottom there. Dead easy to change the blade. Comes with a blade anyway. So all you do to change the blade is got a little flicky thing on the front there. You unflick that, take the blade out. The blade is in a protective housing as well, so you probably can't. There you are, I might be able to see the blade there. If I push it up, then you'll see it Yeah, that's the blade. So it is a German carbide blade. So it is the best quality, and that will last you for a long time. So it does come with the blade, and it also comes with a pen because it can draw as well. So it's dead easy to put the pen in. I'll be showing you that in a bit anyway. But basically, you take the lid off the pen, and then just pop it in the top and close it up. There we are, and then the pen's ready to go now. No faffing around, no worries about different applicators or anything like that, or lining it up or making sure it's the right height. Just pop it in and away you go. So take that out, put the blade back in again, and then lock it. Simple. Anyone got any questions? Then just drop them in the comments. Say hello, so I know you're there, because I can't see who's there today. Right, so the Cricut Joy is part of the Cricut family. You've got the Cricut Joy, which is the latest one, the Cricut Explore machines, which are the big 12x12 machines, and then there's also the Cricut Maker, which is the latest one, which is sort of the all singing, all dancing one, which is a higher price, but it does a lot. You can, you know, cut fabric with it. You can get a rotary blade, and you can cut different depths, all sorts of things. So the Cricut Joy is more for just card making and vinyl cutting. I think you probably can cut with fabric a little bit, as long as you put some interfacing on it, but it's not really designed for that. It's more just for card making and vinyl, which is mainly what people do these days. It is Bluetooth as well, so it's only got one cable, which is the power cable, and it's just a normal three-pin plug. You plug it into your mains. That's the only plug that it's got, and then it just connects to either a computer, Mac or PC. You can use it on an iPad. I think you can use it on an Android tablet. You can use it on a phone as well, iPhone or Android phone as well. And then you just connect it. As long as it's got Bluetooth, you can connect it to the machine like that. So it's really easy. The software is free as well. Software is called Cricut Design Space. On the tablet and the phone, there's an app that you can download. On the computer, there's a program called Cricut Design Space that you can download. They used to have an online version, but they've just discontinued that one, which is better really, because the offline version is a bit more versatile. So once you've downloaded the software, you can sign in with set up a Cricut account, which is free, and then you're away to go. So I don't know if you can see the screen. You can probably see the screen a little bit as I scroll through. This is basically when you go into Cricut, first of all, it opens up with all categories. And then one thing you notice, probably can't see it on the television, but I show you on the tablet, there's a little A symbol, a little green A, and that means it's part of Cricut Access. Cricut Access is like a subscription service that you can subscribe to monthly, and then basically you get loads and loads of free or access to different projects, but obviously you have to pay for that. I haven't got Cricut Access. I think you can get, I'm not sure if it's a 7-day free trial. So I'm just going to do free designs, but I shall show you that there are tons of free designs on here anyway. On the left-hand side, there's a little drop down that says categories, and then you've got you can save projects in the cloud. You can save projects to your device. all sorts of things like that. There's all sorts of different sections, all different categories. But the ones that I'm always interested in are the free ones. So there's a free one, there's a free for Cricut Explore Air, free for Cricut Explore Air 2, free for Cricut Explore 1, free for Cricut Joy, and free for Cricut Maker. And as far as I'm aware, all of those free categories you can go into and you can cut those designs. Obviously, some of them are going to be bigger than what the Cricut Joy can handle because it's quite a narrow aperture. But there's all sorts of different things in there, and you can resize them and make them to suit if you want. So if I go into the free for Cricut Joy category, in this one there's all sorts of different things. You've got really easy cards, and actually I shall show you a couple of the cards that I made using the machine. So basically there's with the Cricut Joy, there's a new concept. It's exclusive to the Cricut Joy, and basically it is a. I'll show you the one that's in the package. It looks a bit nicer. It's a Cricut Joy card mat. You can buy separately. It's $6.99. But basically, what it is a cutting mat, and it's got a clear plastic extra bit that's stuck at the top and the bottom onto that cutting mat. So what it's designed to do is when you get a card blank, you slot the back of the card blank underneath the clear plastic area, and then when I peel, there's a protective coating on there which I'll peel off in a minute, and then you put your card front on there and it sticks to that, and then when you cut it, it only cuts out the front of the design, it won't cut the back of the design. So that's basically what this card is about. And then all you do is once you've cut it, obviously it cuts the front and not the back, then you can pop an insert through the little holes, and then that holds it in place. So there's no glue needed. You can glue it down if you want to, make it a bit more flush, but you don't need to. And then that gives you a really nice, simple but effective card. So that's one of the ones. Another one that I did was very simple as well, little baby feet, which is perfect for a newborn baby. But obviously, if it's a baby boy, you can do blue. And if it's a baby girl, all you need to do is just swap out the pink, swap blue for the pink. Well, and then it's baby girl. Oh, right, so one thing I think I've forgotten to do actually is, can you still see me? Is tag the website. So I should do that now. You can just go straight to our website and there's a big Facebook Live link on there. But just to make it a bit easier for you, I go to that. And then, oh, lots of comments. Hi Bev. Oh, Mike, trust you, eh? Hi Catherine. Hi Brenda. Morning Carolyn, glad you're with us on this Friday morning. Yes, it is Friday today, Carolyn, just so you know. Janice, morning. Gaynor, hiya. Right. so I should just paste the link, and then I should be able to pin that. Can I pin that? Why can't I pin that? I told you today wasn't going very well. Hi Michelle, how are you? I won't pin it. Can you pin it, Ian? Yeah. No. Pin comment, right. Well, it should pin now, if I'm lucky. Facebook doesn't make it easy for you, do they? Right. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so a couple more cards. This one says birthday boy, and as you can see, quite a lot of the cards you can actually write with the pen, and then you can cut it out as well. So that's what I've done with that one. And that's another one that has got writing and then cutting on it as well, and then it's got a black glittery background on that one, which is nice. That one I did on our craft card. Another one, this one I did, and then Ian had a bit of a clever idea with it. So it's quite a simple balloon card, but it's quite nice because the clouds, the corner bits, they've made it look like clouds in the sky, which is quite nice. And then what Ian did with the excess that was cut out of the balloon, he actually stuck it on another card. So basically he just carefully peeled it off the mat, and then used this as a template, put a card behind it, and then stuck all the cutout elements in like that, and then just drew some lines in just to make it look more like a balloon. And then you're using the waste elements. He didn't use those. Oh no, that was different. He didn't. You're using the waste elements on another card, so it's a twofer. This one is one of the more amusing ones. First time I looked at this, I didn't see best day ever. Can anyone guess what I did see? Lol. Thanks for the share, Lee. All helps. We got Happy Easter. Nice bright, colourful one. That's yellow. You can just about see that it's a nice yellow card with an orange insert on that one. That was a pretty one as well. You are the best. Thank you, Hayley. How are you? Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Ooh, yeah, look at that. But yeah, it's so easy to do these cards, and these ones are all ones that are free designs on Cricut Design Space. This is showing you the vinyl. I'm not usually a fan of holographic vinyl, but I thought I'll give it a go. So this is holographic vinyl, and this is actually the smart vinyl, which I should tell you about now as well. So all I've done is stick it onto a cup. Right, so a bit more vodka. Ta. So, so with the other thing with the Cricut Joy as well is there are certain things that you can actually cut matless. So they brought out some products they called smart products. So I've got smart vinyl here, and I've also got smart labels. And basically what that means is the vinyl or the labels have got an extra thick backing on them. So it's that sort of acts as the cutting mat. And then all you need to do is you tell the machine that you're using smart vinyl or smart label, whatever, and it will automatically cut it at the right pressure settings. You don't have to worry about setting the dial or setting the blade to a certain pressure. It will do that automatically. So this one is just one I literally took it out of the box, and it said do your first project, cut something out, and I cut that out. So that is out of the smart vinyl, and it's a little sunflower. I should cut it out really and stick it on something, but I don't know what to stick it onto. So cuts out vinyl beautifully, really nicely. So so the Cricut Joy, just if anyone is interested, the Cricut Joy machine is £179.99. If anyone wants to order one with us, we are actually doing 2 payments. So we would, if anyone does want one, drop us a message, and I'll send you an invoice. So you pay the first payment straight away, and then you pay the second payment in a month's time. Simple. So it makes it nice and easy, so you can spread the cost. I sound like Cricut Craft. You can also get a Cricut Tote Bag, which is really nice material, and it is the perfect size, and it fits your Cricut perfectly. If you go on the website, on the link, there are some images, I think, of the tote. So your Cricut Joy goes in there. It has a little image to show you how to put it in there. So your Cricut Joy goes in there. You put your pen and your power cord in that little bit there, and then you've also got a little pocket at the back that you can put your cuttings and any pieces of card and things like that. Yeah. My music seems to have stopped. There we are. So that's the Cricut Tote Bag. Bear with me 2 seconds.
Gavin Warner Station from Apple Music.
Stop.
Gavin Warner Station from
Play my royalty-free music playlist.
I can't find the playlist for royalty music on Apple.
Play my royalty-free music playlist.
Royalty-free music from Apple Music.
She's having a funny 5 moments as well. Don't know what's going on with the world today. Just technology doesn't seem to be working. I couldn't get my iPad to work this morning. Couldn't get the Facebook to work. Facebook Live to work. And right, so let's get cutting something, shall we? So I shall do a card first of all. If I scroll through this list, you'll see that there are loads and loads of different things that you can do. I want to do one that's got drawing on it as well. There are different pens that you can get for this machine. Unfortunately, I've only got the black one at the moment, but there's gel pens and there's different coloured pens, there's metallic pens, all that sort of stuff that you can get as well. Well, the music stopped. Oh, so that's one I like. That sort of suits me today. Sorry, I've been crabby. I think I'll give that one a go. So when you find one that you want to do, all you do is click on it. It'll sit there and think about it for a while, and it will come up with a nice pretty screen showing you your design. The important thing here is to make sure that it says £0 and 0 pence down there. If it's one of the free ones, it'll say £0 and 0 pence anyway. But if you're looking at any other designs, I think a lot of them are 99 pence, and I think once you buy them, you own that then, and you can redo that as many times as you want. Obviously, if you're in the Cricut Access subscription thing, everything will be free anyway. If I scroll up a little bit, it just gives you a description, tells you the materials that you're going to be using. Oh, and it is actually what I've got here. It says about a glitter pen, but you don't have to use the glitter pen. I'm just going to use the normal pen. And just a little bit of information about it. So the only thing you can do on here is click Make It, which is that little button down there. It says Make It. On some projects you can click Customize, and then you can actually edit them and move things around and change things. But I'm just going to, because it's just a pre-designed card, I'm just going to click Make It. So then it comes up with a screen with your project on it and shows you where you need to position your card. So with regard to card that you can cut to do these quick cards, you can get insert card packs. This one is called Glitz and Glam, and basically in the kit, this one is, they do vary depending on the amount of cards you get. Some of them I think only have 6 or 7 cards in them, but this one has got 10. I think some have 12 if they're plainer ones as well. So you get enough cards to make 10 cards. So you get 10 envelopes, you get 10 card blanks, and this one I've got 3 different shades of, it's like a white, a browny colour, and then a cream. And then you also get 3 different types of glitter card. Ooh, ugly. So there's all sorts of different insert card packs that they do. What I tend to do, I don't think they work out too bad price-wise, but you can do it cheaper yourself if you want to. So what I tend to do is, it says on the pack, it does say on the pack, cards 4.25 inches by 5.5 inches. I usually work in centimeters, but for this it's easier to work in inches because it's just whole or half or quarter numbers rather than silly little points and things like that. So it tells you what size your card needs to be. So what I tend to do is I get a piece of A4 card, and then I cut it to 8.5 inches wide that way, because it's 4 1/4 and then 4 1/4, so 8.5 inches that way, and then 5.5 inches that way. Okay, so if anyone ever needs a reminder, just let me know. But that's basically what it says on there. So you've got 4.25, so that you would cut the card to 8.5 inches, and then 5.5 inches high. And then the inserts are 4 inches by 5.25 inches. So then all you need to do is cut a load of inserts 4 inches wide by 5.25 inches high, and then you'll find that those fit perfectly in your finished card. So I've cut a load of glittery ones out of different glitter card that we've got, and I also cut some of the pale colours as well, so then I can use those in whatever projects I want. So the envelopes over there, put my inserts over there. So for this one, I think I will go with a white insert, a white card. So these are the ones from the insert card kit, which is the Glitz and Glam one. It has got, I don't know if you can see, it has got a bit of a, probably can't see that, can you? But it has got a bit of a texture to that, which is quite nice. I'm not entirely sure what thickness these are. I think they're probably around about 200-ish grams, something like that. So this is the card mat that I was saying about earlier. And then the first thing you need to do is peel off the protective dust sheet, and then just put that to one side and make sure you don't lose it, because it's clear and you might end up losing it. This isn't a new mat, as you can see, so it does get cut into a little bit, it does get marked, but that's just the nature of the beast. These mats always get cut into a little bit anyway. For this one, I've done all of these cards, and it's still got plenty of use out of it at the moment. So it does give you a bit of an indication of different sizes. So you can do cards that are 3.5 by 4.9 inches. You've got 4.25 by 5.5 inches, and then you can go up to 4.5 inches by 6.25 inches. But because this one is designed to fit a 4.25 by 5.5 inch card, which is basically what the Americans call an A2 card, I think. I don't quite know why they call it A2. So that's what I'm going to do. So all you do is you put the back part underneath the plastic top bit and slide the card right into the crease, and then push the card up as far as it will go. There is a bit of a, they have stuck it down so that you can't actually push the card up further than where it needs to go. So push that up so it's right up the top there, and then you'll see that it's probably not the best example because it's a white card, but you'll see that it lines up with these lines there, so you know you've got it in the right place. So this top bit is sticky now, so then you just fold that over, give it a push down, so that's now stuck onto my card mat. So the next thing to do on the tablet is to press continue. So then it will come up and say select an accessory. So I've got the Joy. So mine's already paired, and it'll talk you through how to pair your your joy to your machine, to your device. So then I just click on the joy, and then it'll come up with set material. Can you see that all right? You probably can't see it very well, can you? So it does say set material, so it does give you, I've put some favorites there. You can also click on popular and it'll give you a list of all sorts of different presets. And these are basically set up by Cricut for all sorts of different material types. So you don't have to worry about which blade pressure you need or anything like that. So I know that this is insert cardstock. So I'll show you that. There's one called insert cardstock. So I click on that. And then my little light will start flashing on top of the machine, show that it's waiting for me to do something. And then it'll talk you through what you need to do. So you don't have to worry about, oh, do I need to, is it going to cut first? Is it going to draw first? What do I need to do? Because all you do is you look at the instructions and it says to load the pen. So load tools and materials. So it says load black pen in clamp. So I open the clamp, take my blade out, put it aside, take my pen, take the lid off, and then just pop that into the top there, and then close the clamp. And then it says load material into machine. And the other thing about the Cricut Joy is there's no buttons. You'll see that there's no buttons, there's no on buttons, there's no... Hang on, let me just adjust you a bit. I seem to be riding up a bit. There we are. There's no buttons, so there's no on switch or anything like that. You just plug it in and it's ready to go. There's no loading buttons as well, because some machines can be a bit of a pain because you're sort of trying to load the mat in and you've got to press a button at the same time. It can be a bit of a faff. But with this one, all you do is, I love this saying, offer it up to the machine. So you just slide the mat under the little, these little guides, and as you push the mat in, it will automatically take it in. It feeds it through the machine and back again, just to make sure that the mat is the right size, and it auto aligns it as well to make sure there's no problems. And then the screen will change and it will say tap go. So there's the little green go button down the bottom. So you press go, and then it will send the information over to and starts drawing. Yeah, they are a really good machine, Hayley. If you want one, I don't know if you heard earlier, we are doing a payment plan as well, so you can, whenever you order one, if you order one this month or if you order one when you get paid, we'll send you an invoice, and then you pay first payment straight away, and then you pay the second payment the following month, and then it makes it a bit easier to, especially in these difficult times, it makes it a bit easier to budget for it. So how's everyone feeling today? Enjoying this nice weather, even though we're all stuck indoors? Perfect time for crafting. Anyone been doing any particular crafting? And did everyone clap last night for the NHS? We were out there clapping on our doorstep. It was fab. Loads of people were clapping all over the place, all over the whole country, I think. So it was brilliant. So it's finished doing the drawing now, and then the screen says, it tells you exactly what you need to do now. Load fine point blade in clamp. So unlock the clamp, take the pen out, put my lid back on, take my blade, drop it in, and then close the clamp, and then just press go again. And then it'll go through. And do the cutting. Yeah, no problem, Hayley. We'll inbox you afterwards. Oh no! Your daughter has had the virus. And she's only 2 years old. Oh, I'm glad she's recovering. Give her our love. Sending lots of healing thoughts. Very worrying time for everyone at the moment. Got to stay positive though. Now Ian's written me a note, but I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't quite read it. Apparently we're going to be in the shop for 3 hours, 10 till 1, but I'm not sure when that is. I don't know. I think that's probably going to be next week. There we are. So that has finished cutting. So then it comes up with, I think it says unload material. So then that's cut fine. If you do find that it hasn't cut properly and you think it needs to go again, you can click try again and it will repeat it. But I'm just going to click unload. There we are, and it unloads the mat. Yeah. For 3 hours, 10 till 1. When? Monday. So Monday, if anyone wants anything, because we've got some orders that we need to pick, and people that wanted to come and pick up some stuff, we will be doing contactless orders. So you can come into the foyer of the shop, and then we can put your order on the doorstep or bring it out to your car, whatever you're comfortable with. So that is on Monday from 10 till 1, next Monday from 10 till 1, or if you ring the shop between 10 and 12, you can place your order over the phone. We can take payment over the phone, and then we can bring it out to your car, you know, anything. Because there's probably people that are running out of the fill products that we do, the hand soap, washing up liquid, laundry liquid, fabric conditioner, what else do we do? All-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner as well, shampoo bars. We do a gardener's hand soap as well, so if you're running low of any of those products or any crafty products, you can either order on the website or you can give us a call, all sorts of different ways. And it would be greatly appreciated, because obviously at the moment it's a bit difficult for small businesses, although we have applied for, there's a grant that is available for small businesses, so hopefully we'll get that, and then that will help us to keep going. So it's unloaded, so then all I do is click continue to finish that, and then I can unload. What do I do? Cancel. Right, so then I just carefully peel the card blank away from the mat. Some of these designs are really, really intricate, like the congrats one that I did. I actually cut that one yesterday, and it was ridiculously intricate, and it was a bit of a challenge. Just take your time. There we are. There's a few bits that I need to take out of there, and then just slide it out. There's a few bits stuck to that, which I should get my beautiful assistant to clean up for me. Cool. I need a little box, don't I? So that's the only thing with some of these intricate designs, is they tend to grab hold a little bit. One tool that is quite handy is this one. This one is very good. It's called a weeding tool. It's very good for if you're weeding vinyl, but it's also good for if you're trying to take any bits out of your cards as well. And they have actually just brought out a set of 3 tools, which is perfect. They call it Cricut Joy, but you can use it for any projects. And this one comes with the weeding tool, which is the same as that one there, just a different color. Also comes with the little spatula tool, which is good for sort of picking things off mats. And then you've also got the scraper tool, which is invaluable as well for using with vinyl, things like that. So that one is available, and we do have some of those in stock at the moment. They're $14.99 for the set of 3. We do also have, so I said about the Cricut card mat, which is that one there. That one is $6.99. That we have, I think we've got one of those in stock at the moment, but we can get more. Your machine does actually come with one of the standard cutting mats. So if you've got anything, if you don't want to cut on the card mat, or if you don't want to use the smart vinyl, if you've just got off cuts, bits and bobs that you want to cut, you can actually use this cutting mat. And this is the standard grip one, and it's the standard size, sort of the A5 size, which goes in your machine. There is also an extra long mat that you can get, so that's the one that you get with the machine. And then there's also an extra long one, which is almost double the length. I think it's 11.4 centimeters. Yeah, so 12 inch long that one is, by 4.5 inches wide. So 4.5 inches is the width of the cutting mats. So that one is available as well. So if you do have any extra long pieces of vinyl or pieces of the card that you wanted to cut, 12 by 12 for example, you can we have that one as well, and that one is $9.99. So right, so there we are, all popped out for me. So that's, as you can see, that is all cut, and it's drawn the wording on there as well. I love that saying, I've been crabby. Sorry, I've been crabby. And then all you need to do is choose your insert. put that one in there actually. A piece of the blue, pale blue glitter card. So then all you need to do is just slot that into the little slots that it's cut. Next to paint by numbers for children. No, we don't. We do diamond dots kits. I don't know if you saw our Facebook Live on Wednesday, but we do some simple diamond dots kits that will be suitable for children. So there we are. I love that. Sorry, I've been crabby. So you can see the sorry and the crabby and the crab and the little stars and the corners have been cut out, and then the rest of it has been drawn with pen. And they are really good pens as well. They're not the rollerball type of pens that you can get with some other machines. So they do flow really well, and you shouldn't have any problems with writing with those at all. You can only use, in the Cricut Joy, you can only use Cricut Joy pens, just because of the way that they designed it, because it doesn't have an adapter. Some machines have an adapter that you can use to put in there. They may have an adapter, you never know. I doubt it because it's quite small. But the Cricut Joy pens, you know, they're going to work and they're good value. And yeah, so if anyone wants any of the Cricut Joy pens, we haven't got any on the website at the moment, but I'm sure we will be getting them in because I need them all. So that's that. So I shall show you a sip of vodka. Right. I'll show you how to do a bit of vinyl cutting as well. So once you finish with your mat, your card mat, don't forget to put your dust sheet back on the top. Always very important to put your dust sheet back on the top of any mats that you use, because obviously you don't want any dust and gunk and everything getting to the surface, and then it'll help it to last longer then. So put that aside. So if I show you a bit of the smart vinyl. So going back onto Cricut Design Space, if I go home, and I'm still in the free for Cricut Joy section, and then there's all sorts of different designs. So you've got different card designs, but there's also things like cat luggage tag, which is going to be vinyl. What did I see? Obviously you can design your own corgis. You can make your own designs as well. I quite like the fox, cozy fox mug. That was quite nice, wasn't it? Oh, I could do a mug, couldn't I? We've probably got some mugs. Ian's just crawling under my table to go into the kitchen to see if he can find a mug for me. So once you find a design that you want to go with, one thing I forgot to say as well, you can do your own designs, you can import your own images, you can import SVG images. SVGs are basically, what they call it, scalable vector graphics, I think they call it, which is a type of file that all cutting machines understand. So you can, space water. You can import those into the software. You can import images, and then you can actually get it to trace around that image to create a cutting file. So you're not limited to just using the designs that are on Design Space. You can do your own things as well. You can do text. Thank you very much. That'll be big enough. Let's have a look.
Hey everyone.
So if I click on my Cozy Fox mug, so it says Fox is approximately 2.5 by 2.5 inches. So how big is 2.5 inches? About that, is it?
About half a funny.
2.5 inches. Needs to be cleaned, really.
Just did.
Oh, you have cleaned it. All right. Oh yeah, that should fit perfectly. Ooh, can you go and get my transfer tape, please? Right, so this one, it says materials to cut. It says smart vinyl, permanent gold. You don't have to use smart vinyl. It says smart vinyl on here, but you can when it comes to actually sending it to the machine, you can choose a different material. So I'm going to use smart vinyl because that's what I got here. So it says everything else you need, if you can see that. So it tells you, before you even start the project, it tells you what you need, which is brilliant, because you can look at it and you can think, right, yeah, I've got all of that, or no, can't do that. So weeder and scraper, which are that's the weeder, which is the one I showed earlier. And the scraper is that one, I think, which I don't have around. So can you grab that for me? And a ceramic mug, funnily enough, seeing as it's a mug project. So blah 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 blah, tells you assembly if you need to know about the assembly. But of course, again, the important thing to note is at the bottom it says, where is it? £0 and 0 pence. So you know that that's a free one. Thank you. So it does give you the option to customize this design as well. So if you wanted to resize it, I don't know if I'll need that. Thank you. If you wanted to resize it, you can go into customize and then you can make it a different size if you think, oh, that's going to be too big or that's going to be too small or whatever. But I'm just going to click make it because that's fine for me. So then it pops up on the screen. Because this is a different type of project, not one of the card projects, it does come up with another option here that gives you the option to choose what type of mat you're going to use. So because this is smart vinyl, it doesn't need a mat. So the first option is without mat, and it says for Cricut Smart materials only. So, you know, easy to understand. You can also choose on mat. So if you had a piece of vinyl and you wanted to cut it on the green mat that comes with the machine, you can do that. And for some reason, it also says on card mat, which is the card mat is the mat that we used earlier, the one with the lifty up bit. If you wanted to use that mat. So I'm just going to do, because it's smart vinyl, I'm just going to do without mat. So click without mat. Let's try it again, without mat. It took too long. And then it comes up on the screen. You're probably just about to see that. It's not particularly clear. So then it will show you what it'll look like. So basically it's going to be lengthways. It's going to cut it lengthways. So then I get my smart vinyl out of my pack. And this one that I've got here is the holographic pack. And it's I think we call it a sampler pack. So it comes with 3 different types of finish. So holographic pattern, glossy, 3 sheets disco sampler is the one I've got. You get 1 sheet of sparkle, 1 sheet of threads, and 1 sheet of crystal. So sparkle is that one, very sparkle holographic-y. That one is the threads, which is sort of got like a gold finish to it. And then that one, for some reason, is called crystal. Maybe it's because it looks crystally, but it's sort of what shade is that? Magenta, pinky, sort of purpley, magenta colour. Hi Jackie. Art items for kids. Well, we sell pens, pencils, crayons, all sorts of things. If you have a look on our website, let me just tell you where. If you go into, I think if you go into the card making section, is it in the card making section, or is it in another section? No, I think if you go into onto our website, valuecraft.co.uk, and then along the top there's one of the drop-down options is more, and then if you go down to other, then one of them should be kids stuff. And if you go into that section there, then that should have quite a lot of different kids bits and bobs in there. We can either send the order out to you if you place the order online. Delivery is £2.99 if it's under £40, and that's just a cap delivery of £2.99. We are going to be in the shop on Monday, so if you wanted to order anything for contactless collection on Monday, then drop us an email, and then we can sort that out for you. Hope that helps. Right, so so it does say gold, but so which one shall I use? Shall I use the gold thread one? I think I might use the gold thread one. So this is the gold thread one. So then all I need to do is click continue. It's not really too big. Can be less than 4 inches. It said 2.5 inches, didn't it? 2.5 by 2.5 inches high. Right, so then on the next screen it says to select your material. So this is obviously because I've already chosen matte-less materials. It's only given me the option for Smart Label Writable Vinyl, which is that one, which I'll show you in a bit, and Smart Vinyl Permanent. So Smart Vinyl Permanent is the one I want. I've got the blade in the machine already. Actually, that's right, I'll just cut it with a guillotine. And then it says load material, load tools and material. So load fine point blade in clamp, which is in there now, and it said load material into machine. So then all you do is you get your smart vinyl and you pop it under the guides, and then it'll pull it in. It'll check that it's got enough vinyl there. If you've got a really long design, then it'll pull the vinyl in quite a long way and then bring it back out again, so it knows that it's got enough vinyl. And then it just says tap go, so I press go. And we're away. How are you today, Bev? How are you and Terence? Driving each other potty? There we are, so that's finished. So it says your project is complete, unload material. So I click unload and it unloads, and there it is. So it's cut it out. I don't know if you can see. Probably can't even see that. No, probably can't even see it. So so what I'll do is I shall get my guillotine and then just cut that little bit of vinyl off so I don't waste too much. It's very rolly. And then the other thing I will do as well is I'm just going to cut around my design, because that little bit of vinyl there, I can't use it as it is in the machine without a mat, but I can use it if I stick it onto a mat. If I stick it onto the cutting mat, if I decide I want to use that later, I can stick it onto the cutting mat and cut something out. I can cut a sentiment, or there might be something else I decide to use that for. So always keep your little offcuts, because you can always use them later. So that's my design cut out and made smaller. And then all I'm going to do is, this bit is called weeding. So basically you weed the excess vinyl away from your design. And it's a case of just peel the outer bit off there. That to my beautiful assistant. And you can see that's the outer part. All right. Oh, Bev's hoping to have a test for the virus.
It's a Terence.
Yeah. The only thing is, if they test you, what does that mean? Is there any treatment that they can give you?
They can find out if they have had it.
Yeah, and then all you need to do is just weed out the inner parts, and this is invaluable. Hi Lorraine, how are you? Nice to see you again. Nope. From Bev. So Jackie has said she wants to sketch and draw and colour. I just don't know what to get her, if you get me. She's 9. Sketch and draw. She's 9. What do you recommend, Ian? Thing is, you don't want. Do you think the Glen pens would be too much? I did do a Jackie. I did do a Facebook Live on Monday. It's very hard trying to do this in the air. I did do a Facebook Live on Monday doing showing how to use the tri-blend alcohol pens. I can't do it. So have a look at that. I don't know if that will be any good, because they are professional alcohol colouring pens, but they're not really expensive, and you get 3 pens in one, 3 different shades of the same colour in one pen, so that makes it a lot easier. Or we've got just standard colouring pens, felt tip pens, fine line pens, things like that that she could also use. Well, so I'm just weeding all the little bits. And this is actually quite a therapeutic thing to do as well. It can be quite relaxing. A lot of people, some people find it annoying, but a lot of people find it quite relaxing doing the weeding. And as long as you make sure that that none of the bits that you weed out get stuck to any of your other bits of vinyl that you don't want it to stick to, because it's vinyl, it's really good, really sticky, and you might have a bit of a problem trying to get it off there. So that's all nicely cut. It does cut vinyl beautifully, and what it does is they call it a kiss cut. So kiss cutting basically means that it'll cut the vinyl, won't cut the backing. So that's what it's designed to do. So it won't actually cut through into the back of the material, and that's with normal vinyl as well as smart vinyl. So that it means you can weed it like that. You end up with your final design, and then you can transfer that onto your project. It's probably a good thing that we're all fuzzy, actually, Jackie. I don't know why that is, but then we've been having problems with internet today, just technology in general. It's been all a bit crazy. So now what I'm going to do is use some transfer tape, and this is Cricut transfer tape. We haven't got any in stock at the moment, but we will be getting some back in very soon. And transfer tape is a reusable tape that you can use to transfer your vinyl designs onto your projects. So all you do is you take away the backing and put that aside for the moment, and then you stick your, go back down to there again. You stick your transfer tape over your design, like so. Use your scraper tool to burnish it, and then that should hopefully transfer that vinyl design onto the back of the transfer tape. So give it a good burnish. Like that. And then you should be able to peel your vinyl off of the can be a bit of a challenge sometimes to get it started, but once you get it going, obviously because it's trying to stay on the backing, so you peel that carefully away so that it's on the back of the transfer tape. We are, so that's off of there now. So that's my design on my transfer tape. And then take whatever project you want to put it onto. So I should put it onto this mug. Decide where you want to put it. And then pop it down. Get my scraper again. Give it a really good burnish on there. will be on there nicely. Like that. And then you should be able to carefully peel your transfer tape away from your project. Going around the wrong way. And then it's always best to, if you can pull it away from the transfer tape, don't pull it up, pull it as close to your project as you can. There we are, so that's that. It's all stuck down nicely. There we are. And there's your vinyl transferred onto my mug. Obviously you can do one on the other side if you wanted, or you can do some words. Names, yes, you could do someone's name. Stick someone's name on the back.
It's not machine washable then, dishwasher washable.
No, I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher. I think you can hand wash it. I don't know if it says on here.
Hand wash with a soft cloth.
Yeah. It does say that it's water and UV resistant. Water and UV resistant. Oh, so if it's water resistant, that's probably for hand washing, I would think.
Yep.
Easy to read, 4 Cricut drawing machines, and that's it. Yeah, so that's the smart vinyl. We also have 5-1 vinyl in the shop. We do quite a few different colours of that. It's not smart, so you would have to cut it on a mat. But for most people, that's what they're used to doing anyway, so it's not a big problem. And Oracle 651 is, if you ask anyone, Oracle 651 is the best type of vinyl out there at the moment. For I think it's guaranteed for up to, I'm not sure if it's 2 years or 5 years out, exterior use as well. So we've done all our signs in the shop. We've done a lot of those with the Oracle 651 vinyl. A lot of people use it on mugs and cups and that sort of thing as well. You can use it on wood, you can use it on glass, all sorts of different surfaces, plastic. You can use it on acetate, parchment, all sorts of different things. So once I've finished using my transfer sheet, once that's finished with, the important thing is to put your backing sheet back on your transfer sheet. So one side is matte, and then the other side is shiny and sort of a bit slippery, and that is the side that goes back onto your transfer tape. Because we have had people that have bought transfer tape in the past and they didn't realise that it was reusable. So they've used it once and chucked it away. So you can reuse it, and I would advise it. You can use it over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, actually, here we go. My beautiful assistant has brought out some, this is something I did in one of my, I think it was my silhouette class a couple of years ago, and this is a terracotta tile, and that's vinyl on there. That's the Oracle 651 vinyl that we sell in the shop. So there's another one, that's the gold. And then I've got one in silver as well. They're quite nice. Don't know what to do with them, mind. That's the only thing. Made them and it's like, oh, that's nice. Now what do we do with it? Right, so put those to the side for the moment. So what does everyone think of that? Do you like my fox? My fox mug? Really? Thank you, Carolyn.
What does the fox say?
What does the fox say? Right, so put the note there, and then I shall also show you.
It is water, not vodka, people.
Yes, I have. Right, so back onto Design Space. So once I've finished on that, I then just need to click Home, and it'll take me back to the category screen. And I'm still on Free for Cricut Joy. And then the last thing I'm going to do today is show you how to do some labels, if it's going to work for me. Spice jar labels is the one I wanted, isn't it? Is it going to work? Yes. So this is using the Smart Vinyl Writable labels, or Smart Label Writable Vinyl, whichever. But you can use normal labels. You don't have to use the Smart Vinyl labels. So this time I'm going to customize it a bit. Because it's got spice jars on it, but obviously you don't have to put spices on it. You can put anything you want on it. You know, if you're organising your craft room and you want your glitters and your papers and your whatever's, embossing folders. Tim, how are you, Tim? I love foxes. I never knew Tim loves foxes. Hi, Pam. Pam, yeah, not a problem at all. Can do that. So, spice jar labels. Brought that one up, and again, that is a free one at the moment. So then, if I click on Customize, what it's going to do very thirsty today is it's going to bring up canvas. This is the canvas, and this is where you can actually manipulate your designs. You can resize things. That's going to be a whole other class if I get around to doing that. So these ones at the moment we've got. I zoom out a little bit. Salt, basil, oregano, marjoram, bay leaves, thyme, sage, coriander, cinnamon, fennel, rosemary, and parsley. But I don't want to do all of those because I haven't got any spice jars. What?
Embossing folders.
Oh, Ian wants me to do some for him. So
glitters.
I think I've already done.
Powder.
I've done one with glitters. I don't know where it is, but I did have one that I brought home, but I don't know where I put it. Bear with 2 seconds.
Bear with. Bear with.
I don't know where it is. I don't know what I've done with that. Oh, it might be in the bag. Right, so oh, here we are. Thank you very much. Glitter and gems is what I've done before. So this is on the writable vinyl. So it is like a sort of a vinyl sort of finish. It's not a label. It is vinyl, and you can only use the permanent pens, like the one that comes with the machine with this vinyl. You can't use the glitter pens apparently, just because that's the nature of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete some of these because I don't want all of them. So to delete one of the designs, all you do is you click on it and press the little red X. And there it is, gone. So I shall get rid of a couple of these. Not sure which way it goes actually. So what do you want me to do? I've got glitter and gems. I don't know if embossing folders is going to be too big. So I could make it longer. Any suggestions, anyone?
Crochet. Knitting.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on salt, just on the top left. Ian wants to do embossing folders, so I think embossing folders is going to be a bit of a tight squeeze in that size label, so I'm going to make the label a bit bigger. So what I need to do first of all, one thing you need to remember whenever you're using, when you're doing anything with designs, is it's got a cutting line. One part of it is a cutting line, so the outer line of this design is a cutting line, and then the inner squarey sort of thing, and the letters are drawn, and they have been set as drawing lines. And you can see, where is it? Yeah, you can see from, if I show you the layers on over here on the right hand side, it does actually say that you've got the drawing line and you've also got a cutting line. So at the moment those are all attached to each other, which means they will all cut out exactly as is. If they weren't attached, then they will cut out separately. The software is intelligent enough to work out, if it's not attached, it'll work it out separately, put it onto your mat separately. So that needs to be attached. So to change anything on there, we need to detach it. So I need to go into Actions. You see along the bottom of the screen there's little options. You've got Action, Edit, Sync, Layers, Undo, which is a fab button. If you ever have any problems, just undo. So I clicked on Attach, Actions rather, and then there's an option there for Detach. So once it's detached, it means I can then edit the text separately, and it's not going to cause any problems. So then I need to double click on my text, which is salt, and then delete that, and then type in, if I do it in uppercase, embossing folders. Seems quite long, as it is like that. So then I need to move it over a little bit, and then I need to stretch my cutting line and my outer drawing line to match. So where are we? Right, so those are still attached, because you can see that now it says down the bottom I've got the text there, which is the embossing folder text, and then I've got this attached set and the cutting line. So those, in effect, they're grouped together. So I now need to resize that. Obviously, this is a bit more advanced, so don't panic that it's getting a bit confusing. It's just, you can you can go as far as you want with this, or just keep it quite simple. So I need to resize that, but I only need to resize it lengthwise. At the moment, if I resize that, it would resize it proportionately, so I'd end up with a really big label. So I need to unlock the proportions, which is that little lock symbol on the bottom left, is it? And then I can drag that label across to make it bigger. Now, if Ian hadn't chosen embossing folders, it wouldn't be that difficult, would it? So that's my embossing folders label, made bigger or made longer, like that. And then the last thing I need to do before I finish that is I need to reattach it, because if I try to cut it like that, it would cut out the label, the big long label, and do a drawing line around that, and then it would try and draw the embossing folders words somewhere completely different. So then all I need to do is I need to drag a selection box across all of those different bits, so they're all selected. Go back down to Actions and Attach, and now they're both attached together, so when I move it around, you'll see that the label and the words all move together. So that's embossing folders. What about dies? Can I do one for dies, or would you need more than one for dies? You probably need about 100.
Just one. Problem.
So if I go into marjoram, which is the next one down, detach that so that the text is separate, and then double click on my text, and then go in and type in dies. I can either leave it the same size, the label the same size, or I can reduce the size of it. So I'll probably just leave it the same size, I think. And then you'll notice as well, I don't know if you saw, but when you drag any object in the software, you'll see some guidelines. So you can tell, see there's that yellow line that goes across horizontally, and then there's one vertically, so I know that that is exactly in the center of that, which is quite handy to use. So that's dies. So then once I've edited my text, I then need to highlight both sections and go back into Actions and Attach, and then those are all attached together again, so I know that that'll cut and write at the same time in the right place. If I just do one more, so I'll get rid of those two, and then if I change the bay leaves one, so Actions and then Detach, and then double click on my bay leaves, delete that, and what shall I do for this one? Can you change the fonts? Yes, you can change the fonts. This is just the pre-installed font that comes with this project. But you can use any font that, if you're on a computer, you can use any font that is in your font library. And there's also some free fonts that Cricut provide, and then there's some fonts that you can actually buy. And if you've got the Cricut Access subscription, then there are fonts included in that as well. And it's exactly the same for tablets and phones as well. There are pre-installed fonts on there as well that you can use. So what should I do for this one? I've done glitter, I've done gems, papers, 12 by 12s? Right, 12. Who?
Ink pads.
Ink pads. Ink. Is that one word or two words? I never know. Ink pads. Well, so that's ink pads, and then just drag that across so that it's in the center. I thought that. I wondered maybe that was our delivery, but no, it's not. We're still waiting for our delivery. Lee, if you're still there. It is due to come in today because I had a text from FedEx this morning about 8:30. They woke me up saying your delivery will be with you today. So
as soon as it's in, Lee, I'll pop it over and let you know when I'm leaving.
yeah, so Ian will bring it over, and right. So I've typed ink pads there, and then I just need to select both of those elements, and then go back into actions and attach. So back into actions, which is that one there, and then click the attach button, which is that one there, and then that's attached those two together. If you do ever forget to attach anything, and then you go to the next screen and you find it's all gone pear-shaped, there's things in all sorts of different places, then you know that that's what you've done, that there's something in the wrong place. So I've got embossing folders, dies, and ink pads. So I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. And then I'm just going to click the Make It button, the green Make It button down the bottom. Comes up with the matte options again. So I'm going to use the Smart Label Vinyl. So this again is cut without the matte. Now, for some strange reason, it's positioned really weirdly. So it's positioned really weirdly on my mat. So I need to adjust that. You can adjust things a little bit. So I don't know if I can. It may be too long to do embossing folders width-wise. That's probably why it's done it like that. But the dies one, I can obviously move that up to where the ink pads are. So all you need to do is just click on the element that you want to move, and then drag it up to where I want it to go. You can rotate things as well. And I don't know what the little dots. What do the little dots mean? Oh, you can hide selected items. So if you decide that that there's something on your mat you don't actually want to cut yet, then you can hide it as well, and then it just won't. It'll ignore it. So I've moved those, and then I just need to click continue. Get my Writable vinyl out. It's asking me for my materials, so this is Smart Label Writable Vinyl. So click on that. And it does actually tell you as well on here, it'll say Smart Label Writable Vinyl. And it gives you a bit of a caution that gel pens and metallic markers are not this material. So it tells you all the way, so you can't go wrong. And then it says load materials, load tools and materials. So it says load black pen in clamp. So there's my black pen, which comes with the machine. Unlock the clamp and take my blade out. Drop my pen in and lock that. And then I need to load my material. And find the end of my Smart Vinyl, Smart Label. And then put it under the guides and then just let the machine grab it. we are. And then it's just going to pull it in just to check that it's got enough material there, and then press go. So this one is actually, the length of this is actually 48 inches. And I think you can actually cut up to 20 foot for joy, and it'll just keep going and going and going. I think the only thing is the design can only be 4 foot long, and then it will repeat that design however many times. 5 times. But 20 foot is, you know, quite long. And obviously you don't have to cut all of that. This is, you know, this is a 48-inch long material, but I'm just using a small section, and then I'll just cut off what I don't need. Or actually, I'll probably just peel the labels away, actually. Got anything to stick them to? No? What can I stick them to? I can stick them to the back, to my plastic thing there or something. So it's telling me that it's drawing at the moment, and it gives you a little pie chart indicator of how long it's got to go. So it's writing embossing folders at the moment. Hi Steve, how are you? Haven't seen you for a long time. My little baby. My little baby. And it's really nice. The Cricut products, the build quality on them is always top class. Compared to some other machines, it is always really good, the build quality. Very sturdy, very nicely designed. Well, I'm waiting for that to finish. I'll show you my birthday card that Ian made me. Isn't that amazing? This is all parchment craft, this is. So it's all embossed on the back, and then he's pierced and snipped out all of these different elements as well. All those little V's that you can see, they're all snipped. And he's coloured on the back of the parchment with our Sentimentally Yours watercolour brush pens as well. I think this was from set 2 that he used. Isn't it lovely? So this is an aperture, what do you call it? An easel card. Yeah, so it folds down like that. Folds down flat, and then you've got a little stopper. Makes it stand up. Isn't that amazing? Let's get some love, peeps. Let's get some love.
And it's the groovy kit and stuff that I'm actually going to be demonstrating on Monday evening on my live.
Yes, anyone that doesn't know, Ian's going to be doing, I've managed to rope him into doing Facebook Lives next week. So he's going to be doing a live on Monday evening around 7:30. Oh, why is that?
Something will be a lot easier to.
Oh, he's going to do.
Find out what you think.
I'm more of a morning person, but Ian's obviously more of an evening person. So he's going to do a Facebook Live next Monday evening on Groovy, which is this this sort of craft with using parchment. So that's on Monday at 7:30 in the evening, and we'll schedule that anyway, so you don't have to miss that. And then Ian's also planning on doing a craft along Facebook Live as well, and that's going to be next Friday from 2 till 5 p.m. More info to follow, I think, because I don't know what he's going to do yet. But I think basically he's going to be doing a craft along, and then anyone that's got any of the same sort of products, anything similar, you'll be able to follow the Facebook Live, and Ian will show you exactly how to make a card and step-by-step instructions and all that sort of stuff. So a bit like he does in his classes in the shop, but obviously we can't open the shop at the moment because of the problems going on. Oh, Bev's excited about that. So it's finished doing the drawing. So I now just, it says load fine point blade in clamp. So unlock the clamp, take my pen out, put the lid back on, get hold of my blade. And just so you know as well, if anyone ever, if your blade, it is a German carbide blade, so it's going to last you a long time. But if you ever need to get a new blade, we'll have them in stock, and you don't need to buy the housing again. You just need to buy the blades, so that makes it a bit cheaper. And if you need to clean the blade, it's dead easy. It's got a little button at the bottom, and as soon as you press the button, the blade lifts up. And if there's any gunk, if you cut glitter card, or if there's any card fibers or anything like that in there, you can just lift the blade up so it's clear of the housing, give it a bit of a blow, or if you've got a little brush, fine brush, then you can brush it with the brush, and then release the button and it goes back into the housing again. So it's simple to clean. All right, so drop that into there and lock the clamp, and then it just says load fine point blade in clamp, which I've done, and then click go. So I'll click go. So it tells you exactly what you want, what you need to do every step of the way. There's no worries about what you need to do next, and if you've done the right thing, you just follow the prompts, follow what it says on the screen. There we are, it's done. That was quick. So then it says unload, so press unload, and it unloads the material from the machine, and there we are. So I've got my embossing folders, label, ink pads and dies. Written lovely, and that should be, yeah, should be dry on there as well, because it's a permanent pen, so it dries permanent, obviously. And then all you need to do is peel it off your quite thin labels, but just peel it off the backing, and then stick it on. I'm just going to stick this one on to here just lightly. There you are. And then that's stuck onto, you can stick it onto boxes, MDF shelving, jars, all all sorts of different things, IKEA units that you got, anything like that. And then you can have labels everywhere so that you know, which I think we need to do actually, because I can never find anything in Ian's craft room. It's always a bit of a mess. Yeah. So so that is the smart. What's it called? Smart Label Writable Vinyl. Made for Cricut Joy. You can see a little picture there of they stuck it onto some jars. So there's all sorts of different designs in the software. Cricut Design Space. I am going to be doing another Facebook Live tomorrow morning, technology permitting, because it's been a bit sketchy this morning. So I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow. I'm going to probably cover some of the same sort of things, but I'll also see if I can do a bit more. So I will show you how to put a sentiment into one of these cards using the card mat. Dead easy to do. So I'll show you how to write some text and put the sentiment into the card using the pen. So if there's anything else anyone wants me to show them, if you drop us a message and say, oh, can you show me how to do this, or I'm not sure how to do that, or run this by me again, then if you could do that, that'd be fab. I've just said any questions. Any questions? Let me know. If you want any more information about the machine, the Cricut Joy, drop us a message. I need to message after the Facebook Live is finished, so I'll do that later. Like I said, if anyone wants to order it, the machine is $179.99, and we can do 2 payments just to help you out a bit. Obviously, the business would to do huge great payments and discounts and all sorts of things, but so we're going to do 2 payments. So you make the first payment when we invoice you, and then second payment a month later, and then the machine will be yours. And you can also add any other items you want into that as well. So if there's any of the other Cricut products, we've got the Cricut Joy starter tool set, which I think everyone should have, because it's if you haven't got any of these sort of tools already, then it's a brilliant starter set, and you get the 3 tools in that you need. There are other tool sets around, but they've got some things in it that you don't really need, I think. So I think this one is brilliant for that. And the is available separately as well, so that is $6.99. And then they also do a longer card mat, longer cutting mat. You get this is the size of the cutting mat that you get with the machine, but they also do a longer one, which is a 12-inch long one if you have any projects that you need to cut longer. So that one is available, and that one is $9.99. So with the machine, you get power supply, you get the blade, you get the pen, you get the standard grip cutting mat, and you get a little bit of vinyl, a little bit of the smart vinyl to have a play with as well. And that's about it, I think. So I think we're going to be doing the live, we're going to start it around about 10 o'clock again tomorrow. So if anyone can would like to see that, then have a look at it on Facebook, and if you can share it on your timelines, share it with any friends, invite friends to watch it that you think might be interested, share it into any crafting groups that you're members of, spread the love, spread the love. And any feedback from today as well, if anyone couldn't quite see, I'm not sure if you can see the screen, the television very well, whether it's worth doing that again or not. So just let us know. And then don't forget our other lives. Next Monday evening from 7:30, Ian's going to be doing a groovy Facebook Live. And then next Friday from 2 o'clock, he's going to be doing a craft along, card making craft along. So if you can like and share, have a look at our other Facebook Lives that we've done as well. Place orders on the website. We're going to be in next Monday picking orders and doing some deliveries and things. And hopefully later today we'll be delivering Lee's Diamond Dots kit as soon as it comes.
That's why my live is in the evening on Monday, because we've got to go into work to
right, yeah, that's why Ian's live is on Monday evening at 7:30, because we're going to be in the shop in the day. So, all right, well, take care, have a good day, be safe, everyone, and
bye, everyone.
We shall see you all soon. Bye.